I'm here. Yay! Patrick is here. You guys, thank you so much for your patience. I'm on the radio tonight, and JR requested a couple of songs that I haven't played in a really long time. So I felt like practicing before and after class would be the best thing. So I'm not like just wearing myself out practicing it over and over again. Anyway, I love five. I love life as you love life. I honor your deepest creation in this life, and I encourage you to love yourself and be yourself for the highest good. And I think we should all knock on heaven's door. I think that's a really good idea, Patrick. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Uh-oh. I found popcorn on the floor. I was a bad girl eating my popcorn. But I did not watch a movie. I worked, which is good. Oh my goodness. How are you all doing today on this beautiful overcast day in Georgia? I am working it out. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Don't demonetize me for singing that, please. Notice your breath, notice your heartbeats, notice your connection to your body. Warm it up, warm it up. And let's do a little bit of tapping to warm up today because we are going to do some standing forms, but I like that we're starting standing, especially since I'm 15 minutes tardy. And then I want to do some reading of the bear medicine because we still got our mellow bear hanging with us today. We still got mellow bear honey and nuts and berries, bringing you these Qigong classes for all of April. So I guess, is this the last one? It is, because Monday is May 1st. Can you believe it? It's true. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. Da 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 da. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap on your head. Tap on your head, 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 head. Head, neck, head, head, neck, neck, neck. Brush, brush, tap on your feet, on your ankles, on your ankles, on your ankles, on your ankles. Okay, so kidney energy is the theme. We're going to start with some walking, okay? But before we go into full stomping, what we're going to do is put all the weight on the right foot until your left foot gently lifts off the ground almost without effort. And then we're going to go the other way, leaning all the way to the left and not even like lifting that right leg with your muscles, but just with the momentum of the sway. This is one of the powers of the bear. It's like so much balance because there's so much grounding. It's kidney energy, it's bladder energy. Blood energy. You want some more light? So I want you to feel this gentle lifting of the feet as you go side to side, because I want you to feel things become more effortless in your life. Like, okay, this is a more effortless movement than lifting my foot, I'm actually lifting it with my momentum, my chi, and not the muscles of the feet. And it helps the feet relax. Okay. And I'm going to do this away from the screen a little bit. And I want you to as well. And just kind of, instead of swaying back and forth now, walk with that feeling of, not dragging your foot behind you, but gently lifting it. Thanks for the thumbs up. Oh, thank you. Okay. I'll turn it a little bit. Walk a little bit longer. See if you can relax even more. Hmm. And the goal is to find the tension in your body as you're doing this and to realize, oh my God, when I'm walking, I'm using my lower back, I'm using my thighs, when I can just be releasing and using my core. So find what you're using, and then you'll know on in general what to relax. Kind of like resting biatchy face. It's like, oh yeah, I'm stressing out my face and I don't need to while I'm walking. Good. Really relaxing into that walk. One more minute. Hmm. Okay, so now we're going to evolve into the stomps. Pardon me. This is a classic move on the daily for people who are aware of Chinese medicine and using it as a daily practice is stomping. Okay, but what you're not doing, you're not like pounding the foot on the floor. You're basically dropping it there like a dead weight. So it's the similar, like relaxing into that motion. And yes, this is part of the bear energy. Like think about like how effortless it is for a bear to walk heavy. It's like heavy footed, like just because, "Roar," you know? So we're just stomping, but effortlessly stomping by using our whole body weight to sink into the ground like a dinosaur, like a bear, you know? And I'm going to do this away from the LED. And it's really fun, you know? It's Keep those knees bendy. It's a very fun movement because you almost feel like a kid when you're doing it. Because again, children do Qigong moves naturally because they want to feel good in their bodies naturally. When we grow up, we blame our bodies instead of helping our bodies feel good because we think we just look silly. And we do look silly. And I look silly. And I walk out there and I look silly. And I don't care what people think. And sometimes they love it. So stopping like this every day is not only good for the kidneys and the lower back and your core, but it also does help to ground you, earth you, um, get out negative energy. So you can like imagine it shooting out of your foot, like get out of me. And you want it to feel like as natural as like nice, Patrick. As like rocking a baby. It's like you feel rocked. You're in like a rocking chair. It's like you're being rocked. It's like an evening out of the particles in your body, not like a stuckness. Like if you're using too much of like the foot muscle, it's like creating more stuckness. If you're using the rocking motion, it's like you're freeing things up. All right, just another minute. Good job. Okay. And let's do some chi squats. So we're just going to turn the feet out, bend nice and easy, opening up those hips, and then up on the tippy toes. And back down, kind of like a plie and a releve. Doing 11 of these. This is 3. We're on 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. And 11. Okay, now we're going to do for the stomach and the spleen, we're going to do this stretch where we hold our left ankle with our left hand. Bring the right elbow in, breathe in, and release. Breathing out. A few more times. And one more. Good job. Other side. Holding the right ankle with the right hand. Bringing the left elbow in and release. Can you see me? In, release. In, release. In, release. And in, release. Good. And we're going to explore a figure 8 with the hips, like a hula move, which is infinity, which is like infinite chi. And we're going to do that by rotating the right hip around and then rotating the left hip around. And just getting into that kidney area relaxation. And let's move this with the hands. This is actually a very natural movement for the hips to do, swaying, but we just walk a little straighter than we need to. We're going to do this for a minute or two. Feeling all crunchies releasing. Now what's interesting is the center of your skull. If you kind of do like this movement, like you're opening up the doors of the back of your skull, that actually helps your hips relax, especially lower towards the ears. All right, one more minute. I really noticed that that helped my hips relax by rubbing the back of my head. Hmm. After this, we're going to go into some chi walking, but I wanted to loosen up your hips first. So it's not like, yeah, I think a lot of hip tension is also from that lymph node area being clogged. And so it's interesting because the acupressure points for the hips are towards the center of the skull on the back, but also for the inner thigh. So you're relaxing the inner thigh and the hips through the inner thighs. All right, so let's shake that out and let's start some chi walking. So the chi walking has two main movements. One is the wrists floating up and down, as so. And the other is just gently lifting the feet. And again, try to do that weight shift so it lifts naturally and then gently placing that foot down. So don't rush to pick up the foot. Let it be the last thing you do. Let it be nice and slow, like take its time. And I'm going to walk around the room. You can walk in place if you want, but let's do these chi walking wherever we want. Or let's do this for 5 minutes. I need you, Georgia. I love you, Georgia. Hello, Mr. Nye. 3 more minutes of chi walking, please. You're doing great. Keep up the good work. Remember, don't lift the foot until it lifts itself, practically. So what chi walking does is it also nurtures your sea of blood. And it's all bare kidney stuff also. The kidneys filter the blood, and that's part of nurturing the blood and nourishing the blood. The bladder, gets those toxins out of you, and also gives you clues as to what's going on. If you have to pee a lot, there's something going on. If there's burning, there's an infection going on. And it's not just, people say, oh, a bladder infection, oh, a kidney infection. But if there's an infection there, it's come from somewhere else. It's a full body experience. And so doing this helps to cleanse the whole body through cleansing the kidneys. 1 more minute. And this is bear energy. The bear in Chinese medicine symbolizes the kidneys. We're going to find out what it means in the Native American spirituality in a minute with Ted Andrews and his book Animals Speak: The Spiritual and Magical Powers of Creatures Great and Small. We're going to find out what they say about bear energy. And I should probably clip that out, right? As a short. If you just want to hear about bear energy in honor of Mellow Bear Honey. Sponsoring this class. Sponsoring AATFP for the month of April with Nuts and Berries, who are having their Hemp Fest until this Sunday. I'm gonna try to make it out Friday for the open mic at Decatur Nuts and Berries, and also Sunday for the final event. We will see. It just depends where the energy flows with me. Tonight I'll be on WRFG live, 89.3 in Atlanta, WRFG.org, anywhere in the world. So come and listen to some really good vibes. I'm going to be playing with Heath the Poet. He is his own creator, but he's playing with us whenever he can. It's just so freaking awesome. So we got more of a bluegrass vibe tonight with his guitar. And it's a bluegrass show, so that's appropriate. If any of you are in at the Bluegrass Rotary Festival up in Pigeon Forge, then that's where the honey bear is vending right now. Itch on the belly, hair on the belly. Okay, we're going a little bit longer than 5 minutes. It just feels so good. And I really should put my little donation link. I know you can just do the super chat, which is freaking awesome as well. But if you want to just throw me $1 on, Cash App or something, you can find all those links by following that link. Also, I'll just tell you right now, my Cash App is AATFP. Super easy. Aviva and the Flying Penguins. Okay, let's do a couple of blooms. Hands towards the thighs and just bloom that opening up like an opening flower. I'm gonna do about 10 or 11 of these, and you can go as high or as low as you want. I'm gonna step away from the screen, beautiful people, okay? You can do this without me. Let's do more like 20. Very good, very good, very good. All your blooms are blooming out there. Okay, so kidney energy. Imagine like bear energy is kidney energy. Imagine like a kidney bean or seed, and the roots are coming down. But the roots are also very much connected to that center stalk, like your spine. And then it flowers and produces nectar. So part of the kidney chi being powerful is feeling that completion with the creation of the nectar. So we want to be heavy down here, but we want to make sure that there's a flow from down to up. And a lot of us get stuck right here in that center, very high traffic area where we put these emotional suppressions and we're like, stay down there. Why? It's mysterious. But I want you to think about that just energetically. Don't overanalyze it like, oh, what from my childhood is causing this? Don't worry about that. We can create a safe session and space for that if you're interested in that. I want you to just feel it energetically. Like, how can you just get the energy to flow up more? How can you just get it to, how can you cut that greasiness away so that the energy is not stuck there anymore? Are you tilting your pelvis back? Are you tilting your pelvis forward? Like, where is the kink in that straw that needs to be more connected so that, you can get that hot water through it and clean out the gunk? And so we're just going to do two simple moves to help with that. And I really want you to think about that while you do these muscle tendon change moves. I want you to turn your body 45 degrees to the left, bend the knees a little bit, and then move this ball out and circle it around. And every time you move it out, just do it a little bit further, but don't go further until you really feel the energy. Take your time circling it close to you and feel the magical connection between the kidneys and your heart, or just the belly button. Feel the kidneys begin to like move its warm energy through the belly button up to your heart. If you can make it to your heart, you probably can make it to your third eye. And every time now you push the energy out further, it's like you're hugging that stalk of energy that's about to bloom a flower, and it's like you're bringing it like peristalsis up to your heart. So feel the beating energy of this energy ball in your hands as you're doing this. Okay, I'm going to step away from the screen. We're going to spend a couple of minutes on this. Good job. Now I am going to say this also helps with sexual frustration. I mean, there's a lot of lonely people out there who don't have partners that they can express their sensuality and their sexuality with. But in essence, when you bring that flower up and you're blooming that own flower, you're fertilizing your own flower, then you feel that sense of completion and the sense of satisfaction in a similar way. And you get that same rush of like, ah, I am connected. I'm connected to the birth of a creation. All right, we're going to go the other direction now. Same idea. Every time you move this energy bubble around in a circle, you are feeding the momentum of that kidney energy, feeding the sprout of a stalk that is growing up through your spine like ivy. It's climbing in a way, it's growing and it's reaching up into that third eye area and blooming like a flower. And then it's producing nectar. And you get to pollinate it. You get to be the bee, pollinating your own nectar by being aware of your inner knowing, your inner voice, your inner gifts that are saying, let's let's get this bee. Let's get this bee. Let put your little butt in my nectar and carry it all the way. Spread the love all the way across the globe. Get my vision out there. It deserves to be replicated, pollinated. That's you. You all have those gifts that deserve to be seen and heard. And this is the motion. Even though you're moving the whole body forward together. It's not like your top is separate from your body. As you push this out further, it's like you're lifting that energy up. It's like carrying a huge plant pot and putting it high on a shelf so that the flower is looking down on you and shining down on you in its glory and beauty. All right, keep doing this. I'm stepping away from the screen because it's good to look in the mirror and see your alignment and make sure that like your pelvis isn't sticking out and you're staying connected and in one column. And again, part of the challenge in moving this energy, call it Kundalini, whatever you want to call it, kidney energy, Jing Qi, up the stalk is like getting rid of the dead energy that's there. So, like, be honest with yourself. And as you feel that energy, be like, okay, it's almost like you need to birth it out. Like, let me push out this gunk so that I can flow with my energy and take your time with pushing it out. It's like release all the resistance that is stopping your flow. All right, do this a little bit longer. Glad you're using the mirror. So you're releasing. It's like you're making your own soil. It's like you're a moving plant. Okay? Your legs are like the roots, your kidneys are like the seeds. And then this movement is nurturing your soil. It's getting rid of the bad stuff. It's like you're digging out a pot and then you're bringing in all the fertilizer and the light and the sunshine and the love and the rainwater and feel that come in. And now we're going to push out the dead weight and you're going to bring in the light and you're going to push out the doubt, the old energy, the old beliefs. You're going to bring in the love the flow, and you're going to push out other people's thoughts and other people's wishes that don't have to do with you. Unnatural vibrations. You're going to bring in, oh, the natural vibration of how I naturally am meant to flow and bloom and blossom as my own unique flower, not just part of the roots for someone else's flower. Okay, that is a huge point that I just made there that I want you to be honest with yourself with. Okay. A lot of us are stuck in those lower chakras. I mean, this is no news for anyone that's been doing energy work to know that the mainstream world is very much stimulating for our first three chakras: survival, sex, and food. There's a little bit of heart energy, but especially mainstream music is very much like sex, 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 money, 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 right? Um, why? Why? Okay, so ask yourself this. If you're working for someone else, right? It's not about you blooming in your own flower. They only want you to be aware of that survival energy and to feed their roots. So it's almost like, okay, let's think about this visually. Your roots are not connected to your flower blooming. They are connected to an intricate network of roots that are interconnected with the roots of this corporation whose flower is blooming. And so you're feeding that system. And so if you're feeding that system, you have no energy left to feed your own. And the system could be anything. It could be a corporation, it could be a club, it could be a cult, it could be a religion, it could be a family. So you might feel so guilty unraveling the roots and growing your own stalk with your own creativity because that corporation is like, what are you doing? I need you. I need your roots. I need to feed off of all of you, or I'm not going to have this beautiful flower on top. And you just got to be like, too bad. You can have your own unique flower, and I'm going to have my flower here. Okay. So we're going to do one more move, and then we'll sit down and we're going to combine it all together. We're going to bring our knees bent, feet shoulder width apart. We're going to grab that Kundalini energy and we're going to grow up the center of our stalk. We're going to grow up together, children of God. And we're going to weave it up through our heart to this blooming area. And we're going to create that nectar. We're going to be these little phalanges. Is that what they're called? Little thingies on a flower saying, look at me, bee, come here. My nectar is ready for pollination. All right, again, I'm going to step away from the screen. You know what to do. Wiggle it up. And then when you get up to your bloom, push it up and be those phalanges. And I want you to get up to a point where you're like walking around with these, oh, maybe they're called pistons. Are they pistons? Stamens? And you're like, look at me. I'm so beautiful. Come pollinate me. Be proud of your energy flow. And one last time, beautiful flowers in the garden. Thanks for the thumbs up. We are wiggling up this vine. Hey, Jordan. How's it going in DC today? All right, bring it up. Oh, I've got some energy on my shoulder. I'm going to shake out. Bring it all the way up until you are those beautiful pistons and stamens. All right. Now, another thing I want you to focus on as you're shining your light with this movement is I want you to think about your stability as you're doing this. You're not just like, "Oh, look at me, come get me." Like you're proud of the creative energy that you're putting out to the world. Through this motion, you're like a flower saying, "Here I am," but you're also very stable. You're not like a four-leaf clover syndrome where you're like, "Pick me and then I'm dead." No, you're like, "I'm going to stay stable. You're not going to pick me. I'm not a prize. I'm going to stay connected to my roots." And this is for guys too. This is not like a girl thing. You know, guys feel this energy as much as girls as far as feeling valued for their roots, not just who they're presenting themselves as. And it might not be as much of like a beautification thing as guys. Like it might not be as much as like, oh, look at my beautiful face. In this society, it might be more like, oh, look at my pocketbook. But you need to know that those are still all ego things. You have a gift that you're sharing with the world beyond money. What if money didn't exist? Think about that. What are your stable roots? What are your stable character traits? Your patience. What grounds you? Your inner child work, your connection to your ancestors, honoring your past, honoring your beliefs, being aware of your beliefs, honoring whatever your spirituality is, honoring your discipline, your ability to work hard, your ability to just take responsibility, to be accountable, to be a good listener. We all have these traits, men and women, and they all stabilize us. And I want you to think about being a stable flower, not just a beautiful flower, not available for the picking or the plucking, but available for the pollinating as far as replicate me. I am unique. I have gifts to share with the world. Spread it out everywhere. All right. Beautiful. All right. Okay, so it's 2:36. There's one more bear move I want to do, which is of course from the 5 animals. Hey, Mr. Mustachio. Um sure you could, you silly man. Okay. So I'm going to read about bear medicine before we go into the last move. Let's take a little break. Ooh, I've got some ginger tea. Let me grab that. Mm. And I am releasing a short video at 5 o'clock reminding some eye bag removal moves, like using a tea bag, especially an herbal one, like um, ginger. I think there's lemon balm in this too. It's one of my favorite things to do. A little tea bag massage. It is good for the circulation of the face. It helps to remove the puffiness in the eyes, and it gives you vibrant energy. Oh, oh, oh. Before we read about bear medicine, let's read the message on the tea bag, shall we? Can you read it? A garden is a delight to the eye and a solace for the soul. Pretty appropriate. There are no coincidences. We are creating the flow and we are the flow. All right. Make yourselves comfortable. I'm fine with going like 10 or 15 minutes over to do the bear move if the reading takes a while, but I don't think it will. So, you know what? Let's just do the bear move first, and then we'll end with reading. Okay, so the bear move, there's 5 animals in the animal movements that we do, because there's 5 organ pairs that we deal with. And if you're just coming to class now, or even if you have been here, you can answer the question, what organ pair does the bear work with? And the organ pair, it's a pair because it's a yin organ and a yang organ. So we've got a yin and a yang. For example, the heart is energy is tonified by the crane. So what does that mean? Like the heart has a lot of channels that go to it, and the movement of the crane, which is like spreading the wings and lifting the knee, helps to clear the channels and tonify those channels and get the peristalsis going. So all the energy comes in and out of the heart as designed. So the crane is for the heart, and the pericardium, which is a muscle around the heart. The yin organ in that situation is the heart. A yin energy is something that you can see more, it has more dense energy. A yang energy is something that you go through more, like something that energy travels through instead of settles in. Like a yin is more like a bowl, and or a bowl filled with soup, and yang is more like a tunnel. So if someone says you have tunnel vision, be like, oh yeah, I've got a lot of yang energy. So do you know what yin and yang organs are for the bear? Well, it's perfect if you have chest fur. That's bear-like, Mr. Mustachio. It's a perfect class for you. Close. The kidneys and spleen are not partners. The kidneys and the bladder are partners. So the bear is for the kidney and the bladder. The spleen is actually another yin. So those are 2 yins, the kidney and the spleen. So kidneys yin, bladder's yang. Here we go. So the bear movement is you step with the right foot, You bring the right hand forward and the left back. So it's like this. And then the other way, 3 passes. Okay. So you step with the right and you go, and you step with the left and you go, start with the left hand. All right. We're going to do that for a minute all around the room. Feel the stability of your roots. Bring the energy up. Make sure it's not dragging. Depression is very much the cause of kidney issues. Like depression is the energy pressing down. So depression can really cause kidney issues too, because it's all the energy in your body starts sinking down instead of rising up. It's like you don't have sunshine because you haven't expressed yourself up to the spirit. And so you're stuck here and it's very depressing because you don't feel the light because you have the light here, but you stopped connecting to it. Okay. So the second bear move is you step with the right foot, you bring both arms up to the right, and you get the barrier out of your way by twisting to the left. Okay? And you do that 3 times. 2, 3. Now really feel what's going on with this movement. And you're going to do it on the other side. So I'm not going to say anything about it. I want you to make your own conclusions about energetically what's going on here, besides just moving barriers out of your way. So step back and forth, explore that motion. I'll be back in a minute and we'll discuss. Okay. So, any revelations about what that movement felt like to you energetically? And I will say, any twist at all is also really good for depression. So, the bear is really good for depression energy, like doing that bear energy, the bear medicine, at least in Qigong. We haven't read the other book yet, is very much not only good for the kidneys and the bladder, but really good for depression, really good for any water related issue, edema. Eye bags is an edema issue. Um, and it's not a coincidence that bears, like we have teddy bears. Teddy bears, cheer us up when we're kids because that bear energy helps with depression on this metaphysical level. Why? What was it about that move that we just did, reaching up and knocking down the barriers, that helps with depression? What is it about it? Patrick says, I felt much clarity and vision after knocking down those barriers. The bear went over the mountain to see the other side. Lyrics make so much sense now. Cute. Oh, and you know what? We did not even do the intentions for class today, probably because I was running late. So let's take a moment and just state our intentions before we go into the final reading. My name is Aviva. My intention is to be here for all of you today and explore the power of the bear symbology and movements in Qigong energy, helping our kidneys, our grounding, our bladder, any depression, any fears that we might have, and replacing that with hope and love and joy. So feel free to share what your intentions are for class today, even at the end of class, as your little skateboard that you're riding on this rainbow energy with. Okay, so what it feels like to me when I do the bear break through the barrier energy is that even though, as I said earlier in class, we're all connected to this light, so the depression that we might feel is just because we're stuck in those lower chakras, the lower energy of our body, and not connected to the higher energy and our inner knowing. However, part of that could be because our beliefs, which are also in this area, are fogging up what is going on. So, yes, barriers might be in the way right here, but there are barriers around here. So it's almost like when I do this, I feel like I'm removing the cobwebs of other people's desires and other people's wishes and other people's thoughts about me. And I'm just like, no, that is getting in the way of my connection with the divine and my connection with the light that's meant for me. So I'm also removing all the barriers that are above me that also help me to see the light through the tunnel so that I even have a desire to climb up. Part of your suppressing your energy could be like, well, what's the use of climbing up if there's no light at the end of the tunnel? And so this movement gets you to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So you have motivation. Patrick says his intention is to let go of attachments and expectations and mindfully enjoy moment to moment with my connection to Chi. Bravo! Any other intentions? Okay. So we're going to end class with a classic foot massage as we read about bear energy. So just rotate each toe a few times in each direction. Pull the toe away from the foot. And anytime you do a twist, it helps you to squeeze that energy up into your bloom. And then rotate the whole ankle. And then pull the toes back and rub the bottom of the feet. And then rub between your toes. And then find a point on the bottom of the foot and hold that for 20 seconds. Bear. Awakening the power of the unconscious. That's interesting because it's like kidney energy is not, it's like all the way below. Okay. And the cycle of power in spring and summer. So there we go. Actually, in Chinese medicine, it's winter because it's water energy. The bear is a powerful symbol and image in both myth and lore. Stories abound of individuals turned into bears, bears into humans, and bears as gods. It has stirred imagination so much that even a constellation was named for it, Ursus Major, the Great Bear. 7 stars of this constellation are probably the most easily recognized in the Northern Hemisphere. These 7 stars form the Big Dipper, and they have links to the 7 great rays of light of the divine. Find another point on the foot, hold that for 20 seconds. The bear has lunar symbology as well, giving it ties to the subconscious and even unconscious mind. It was an animal associated with the goddess Diana, a goddess of the moon. It is also a symbol for alchemy, the negrito of prime matter. It relates to all initial stages and primal instincts. All right. Okay, so let's massage the ankle now. And let's tap around the foot. Hello, foot. And we're going to find the point on the inside of the knee and hold that for 20 seconds. Like birds, the bear is often considered among Native American people as kin to humans because, like birds, it can stand and walk upon 2 legs. For many, the bear and the wolf are the last true symbols of the primal natural world. And many ecologists believe that how humans respond and protect their lands and their future will be the most honest depiction of how serious humanity is about preservation of our environment and the natural resources within it. So that's cool. It's a symbol of preservation of our environment and the natural resources. That's a pretty good symbol. Mellow honey bear. Mellow bear honey. All right, so now on the outside of the leg, about 4 fingers above, you're gonna hold that point for about 20 seconds, like a gentle little massage and pressure, just enough pressure so you feel like a tinge of like, okay, yeah, I am opening the flow. I'm opening that door. I'm opening that window. It's like it sticks a little bit, but you're like, okay, it's open now. That's like giving it enough pressure, like pushing through the stick. 10 more seconds. All right, tap up and down. Thank you for the thumbs up, whoever you are. Tap, 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 tap. Get in those inner thighs, lymph node areas. Get it flowing and brush, brush, brush. Good. And let's add the bottom, the outside under the knee point as well, that gallbladder point, the life energy point. Ow! Yeah, there. Open that door. Oh, that was sticky. 10 more seconds. Releasing those tears is part of releasing depression too. All right. Other side, please, beautiful people, angels. Rotate each toe a few times in each direction. Pull the toe away from the foot. and rotate the ankle. And pull the toes back and rub the bottom of the feet. And tap. All right, now find a point and hold that for 20 seconds on the anywhere on your foot. Okay, so hold that point and I'll read a little bit more. Okay, where were we? The bear is the largest of the carnivores. I wait, I thought it ate berries. Um, but it will eat almost anything. It is omnivorous, eating both plants, fruits, and meat. It actually eats less meat than many smaller carnivores, such as the fox. Okay, so that's why we thought that. Contrary to popular belief, bears do not truly hibernate. That's interesting. They do live to a great degree on their stored up fat. The body temperature will drop a little around 13 degrees, and the breathing rate can be cut in half. Okay. Well, that's, like symbolic also, like we should really use what we got in storage, right? The depth of their sleep depends greatly upon the amount of fat stored. This reflects the bear's ability to teach those with it as a totem how to go within to find the resources necessary for survival. So, what it talks about when it's talking about a totem, when you read this book by Ted Andrews, is that if you know that you are really akin with one of the animal symbologies in this book, it means that you want to pay attention a little bit more to the medicine and work with it a little bit more. So, if bear is your totem, it's really important to go within to find the resources necessary for survival. It's like you really have an inner intuition that you need to pay attention to more so than outward stimuli. Um, the bear can teach you to draw upon all of your inner stores of energy and essence, even those which have never been tapped or accessed. Wow. Okay, find another point on the foot, anywhere on the foot. We were definitely holding that one for more than 20 seconds. It could be on the top or the bottom of your foot. Okay, where was I? Okay, so meditating and working with the bear will help you to go within your soul's den, your inner sanctum, to find your answers within. During the winter sleep, the black bear's kidneys shut down completely, and scientists are studying this activity, hoping it will provide clues to more successful kidney transplants. Hmm. Physicians would love to find a way to duplicate this in humans so that diseased kidneys would have time to heal. This is part of what bear medicine is about. That reminds me of like my ginger plant, which died during the winter, but I decided to keep the ginger roots. I'm like, well, maybe the roots didn't die. And sure enough, they just sprouted a couple of days ago, and I'm going to get ginger flowers again. So it's like your kidneys, you know, they're there for us. Anyway, the kidneys serve a vital function in the body, excreting urine and also filtering the blood plasma. So that is really cool that Native American medicine and Chinese medicine both connect the bears with the kidneys because of the bear's like superpowers in slowing down its kidneys and still functioning. All right, let's just hold that point there. and move up on the leg with our acupressure here. We are going to first massage the ankle a little bit and then tap the bottom of the feet. Tap, 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 tap. And then we are going to tap the legs up and down. And we are going to find the point below the knee on the inside of the leg, about 2, 3, or 4 fingers down. And you're going to massage that. Ooh. And you're going to feel like you want to open that window or that door in your house to get some fresh air in. And you want to press hard enough so that like that stick on the window like opens up. Like it might be sticky because you haven't opened it in a while. That's kind of a similar feeling. And you're going to prop it open and get that chi flowing in the leg. And then breathe into it. Breathe, breathe, breathe. 10, 20 seconds or so. Owie. And tap. And then on the outside of the leg, you're going to find that acupressure point above the knee, 4 or 5 fingers, as I read more about the bear. Okay. The kidneys serve a vital function in the body, excreting urine. And again, this is this book, Animal Speak by Ted Andrews. There, I'll just hold it like that so you can see it. And also filtering the blood plasma. The kidneys filter the blood plasma, like we talked about earlier in class. Metaphysically, the kidneys are symbols of discernment and discrimination. If bear has shown up in your life, ask yourself some important questions. Is your judgment off? How about those around you? Are you not recognizing what is beneficial in your life? Are you not seeing the core of good deep of good? Are you not seeing the core of good deep within all situations? Are you being too critical of yourself or others? Are you wearing rose-colored glasses? Bear medicine can teach you to go deep within so that you can make your choices and decisions from a position of power. All bears are astonishingly swift. Your life is like a tapestry. We go walk through wild grasses. We don't need rose-colored glasses because we're all connected. Oh, I love the connection of this. All right. Let's tap, 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 tap. Ugh. And brush, and brush, and brush, 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 brush. Oh. And now we're going to do the outside under knee point as well. And about, okay, you can use those 2 fingers, bring it up to the bottom of the knee, and then come down about 3 or 4. Or actually, come on. Where is it? Okay, right there. This is where my point is. Ooh, gallbladder point. Hold that for 10-ish, 20-ish seconds. Little circles. Okay, where are we at? All bears are astonishingly swift. The black bear and grizzly can reach running speeds of 35 to 40 miles an hour for short distances. All bears, including the polar bear, can climb. Only the size of the tree will discourage the climbing. Bears are often associated with trees. Nature programs love to photograph bear cubs. Oh wait, nature programs love. I thought it was like nature programs the bears. I'm like, what the heck? Nature programs love to photograph bear cubs high up in trees or adults scratching themselves against them. There are even bear trees marked with claws as signposts along the well-worn and traveled path of a particular bear. The tree is a powerful and ancient symbol, just like the bear. It is a natural antenna linking the heavens and the earth. We need our trees. They're antennas. That's another argument for trees. Different trees do have different meanings, as was discussed briefly in an earlier part of this text. But in general, it represents knowledge. It is a symbol of fertility of things that grow. Wesley's in the house. As Bear teaches you to go in and awaken the potentials inherent, the tree serves as a reminder that we must bring what we awaken out into the world and apply it, make our marks with it. Anyone with a bear totem should keep the cub in themselves alive and occasionally climb trees, if only to get a clear perspective. I love how this all ties in together. All right, tap up and down. Thank you for the rose, Patrick. All right, and brush, brush, brush. Yeah, there's one more page, y'all. I love this. This is one of my favorite classes ever because everything just got interconnected. Did you see that? Because we talked about when we were doing the muscle tendon change form movement, we talked about bringing that energy up and being able to share that perspective with the world. And so I'm going to read this part again. Oh, I just love it, where it says, as a reminder, we must bring what we awaken out into the world and apply it. So you might have these meditations and these feelings and the intuitive gifts, like a song might come to you, a painting might come to you. And if you don't have the motivation to share it with the world, you can use that bear medicine as a reminder that we must bring what we awaken out into the world and apply it and make our marks with it, like the bears mark trees. And if we need to, we can climb trees. Okay, so just to incorporate this with the massage movements that we've been doing, just finish that leg. We've done both legs now. We're done. So for the remainder of the reading, why don't we do the grounding mudra, which is the thumb connected to the pinky and the ring. And just notice your breath. Notice your heartbeats. And just go within as I finish reading you this expert from Animal Speak, one of my favorite books. Here we go. Mudra. In hand. Book in hand. Okay, where are we? For those with a bear as a totem, it is important not to hide away and to try to hibernate all year round. You must come out of the den. This is even reflected as the birthing process, in the birthing process of bears. Female bears give birth during their heavy sleep, semi-hibernation stages. That's crazy. Usually 2 cubs are born, sometimes 3. They are born helpless and semi-conscious. The cubs nurse in the safety and warmth of the den throughout the winter. As spring approaches, the mother and her cubs will emerge. The cubs will have become strong enough to follow their mother. This is tremendously significant for those working with a bear totem. It often reflects a need to go deep within yourself, to have periods in your life when you can be more reclusive. During these times, you will be able to go within yourself and even give birth to 2 or 3 ideas or projects. I need this on the daily, y'all. They can be nursed through the winter, and then as spring approaches, emerge with your babies to help them grow. This is why I think walks are so important, especially morning walks. Like when I go for morning walks, I will get so much clarity as far as like the different videos I need to edit that day. You know, listening to the news helps, right? To know what everyone else is kind of like talking about and what you might need to share. But I think it's even more important to listen to the what's new within your soul, because you have unique messages to share with the world every single day, and it's hard to get that clarity unless you like go for a walk and go inside, go inside yourself. Those who have a bear as a totem will find the cycle of semi-hibernation and reclusiveness during the winter very natural. They will also find that with the spring will come opportunities to act more assertively in regard to that which has been nursed through the winter months. Bear people should be patient, though, as the cubs will usually stay with the mother for up to 2 years. This can reflect that those projects that you nursed may not come to full fruition until the second year of the cycle. I heard it takes 5 years once you start a business for things to get real fertile. Although distantly related to the dog, the bear is a closer relative to the raccoon. There are a variety of bears. The most common bear is the black bear. This is a kind of misnomer, as not all black bears are black. They can be brown, cinnamon, and various combinations. I like that they call it cinnamon. They are very playful, both as adults and young cubs. This is a reminder for those with this bear as a totem to be playful. The largest bear is the Alaska brown bear, a relative of the grizzly. The brown bear is relatively solitary. The grizzly has long been known for its strength and ferocity. Although it can be quite fierce, it is not naturally aggressive. By far, the most outstanding hunter of the bear family is the polar bear. This white bear has no fear. It is the most carnivorous and aggressive of all the bears. It is at the top of the food chain and has no enemy other than humans. It feeds to a great degree on seals, and those with this totem should study the qualities of the seal as well. All bears have a great fondness for honey. Oh, we're ending with honey! Like mellow bear honey. This is so cool. This is the very last paragraph. Honey is the natural sweetness of life. It is usually found in the hives, located in trees, again, reflecting a connection between bears and trees. It is a reminder for those with this totem to go within to awaken the power, but only by bringing it out into the open and applying it will the honey of life be tasted. So I'll say that one more time. It is a reminder to go within, to awaken the power, but realizing once it's awakened that only bringing it out into the open and applying it will allow others to taste this honey of life and allow you to taste the honey of life. And I think we all do this, we're scared to take that last step. We're almost embarrassed sometimes. Like every time I write a song, I'm like, do I really want to share this with the world? But it's sharing it with the world that is licking that honey, that is tasting that honey. You know, it feels like so good without even sharing it to the world. But going that extra step is really important. So I hope this was an inspiring class for you. I know it was inspiring for me. I feel like everything is symbolic and metaphorical, and we're all interconnected in this magical world. And please give this a thumbs up if you like this class. And yeah, any questions about class or this bear reading from Animal Speak? Or requests? Anything else you bears need today? I will just admit at the end of class that I am a huge addict of gummy bears, and I'm really proud of myself actually for resisting it at the store last night, because I don't need all that. Now, I was not going to get like the high fructose corn syrup, but they have organic gummy bears now, which are really hard to resist. Anyway, instead I got chocolate covered almonds, which had, I think, a little bit more nutrition, don't you? Okay, let's go ahead and just kind of like bring class to a close by honoring our ancestors. Thank you, ancestors, for the flow. Honoring our teachers. Thank you, everyone who teaches Qigong. And let's fill ourselves with gratitude and compassion for this knowledge, and may it inspire us to truly activate the awakening of our chi and truly activate sharing it with the world so that we can all enjoy this honey, this milk and honey in the land of freedom and holy energy, spreading out that beautiful energy together and flowing with it. All right. High five. There you go. April is coming to a close. So please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And I'll see you tonight on WRFG. And go give our sponsors from April a like, linked below on their websites. Nuts and Berries and Mellow Bear Honey. And say goodbye to Mellow Bear. This is his last class with us. Bye. Y'all, don't forget, taste that honey. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for hanging out. Lots of love to y'all on this beautiful day.